Hi everyone, today I'd like to show you how I get files onto my vintage Macs. I've been building a software library on the 20th Anniversary Mac just for things that'll run on it, things to try out, things that are fun, games, referenced software, what have you. I've got a gigabit network card in mind, so it makes sense for me to put things on over the network, but obviously Mac OS 9 can't talk to Windows 10 or 11 or really modern Mac OS for that matter. So I found a program on the Macintosh Garden called FTP Share. And this is the interface that it uses, and it's very basic. It has a few settings. Number of sessions, timeout, block size, default binary, transmit, receive, and then store the files as. About as simple as it gets for FTP. You can set a username and a password to use. I've just got a basic password. I'm not too worried about anybody hacking my TAM. And stop and start. It's also got a monitor program so that you can see activities of the FTP server. And when files come into the TAM, they just land right on the main hard drive page, and you'll see them show up like in this box here or down below. As far as the FTP Client goes to connect to the server on the 20th Anniversary Mac, I just use built-in Windows 11 tools. So if you notice, I've just got File Explorer pulled up, and I'm going to go to this PC and right-click, and we're going to add network location. And then we're just going to hit Next, and we're going to choose a custom network location, and Next. And all we're going to do here is FTP :// and the IP address of the TAM, which is already populated for us. So we'll select that and hit Next. We'll uncheck Log On Anonymously, put my username in, and we'll hit Next. We'll just label this connection as TAM and finish. And as you heard, that was the TAM letting us know that we're connected to it. And we're just going to put in the password that we stored on the TAM over here, and save password, and log on. And that's just the hard drive of the 20th Anniversary Mac. So what we can do now in Windows is just drag and drop files to the TAM. I'd also like to add that this process only works well with one file at a time. If you have a bunch of files to transfer over, like I transferred my entire offline music collection to my 20th Anniversary Mac, and that was in the neighborhood of 3,000 files, you have to use a better client like FileZilla and set it to you only have one connection. And as long as you do that, it takes a while, but it does work. And we should see our file in the Macintosh hard drive. And if you know anything about how the classic Mac OS processes file and owner types, when you send FTP, it strips the resource forks, so the Mac doesn't know what to do with it. So it may look like a text file, and if we just double click it, it's going to say that it's too large to be opened by simple text. So since that's a zip file, we'll just go over here and open up Stuff It. And then we'll drag and drop the file onto Stuff It, and it will unzip. And this still takes a while just because the TAM is not that powerful and I don't have a G3 upgrade in mind. But all the files that you send over are going to seem like they're not going to work. You just have to manually open them. Like if you send an ISO or a toast file, you just have to open up Virtual CD and manually tell it to select that file to mount, and it'll mount on the desktop. And there we have it. The uncompressed file opened up right below it. I haven't used this file yet, but it's a good example. It's a toast file. So let's just move this over here. and we'll open up Virtual CD. Sometimes you can drag them and mount them, which that one you can, and it gives you the installer file and the CD on the desktop. Sometimes dragging and dropping doesn't work and you have to use the mount virtual file or mount image file. And in that case you could just navigate to it. iMac demo and a toast file. And there it is again. Anyway, thanks for watching and I hope you found this helpful.